So we mentioned trade deadline is coming up Tuesday. So this is from the Bleacher Report. One player each team should try to acquire at the trade deadline. The Browns, they say wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Browns could be a top AFC contender, but their lackluster passing game, 31st in yards, remains a potential fatal flaw. Watson continues battle a shoulder injury. With or without him in the lineup, Cleveland's offense has been sluggish. Hopkins could give the Browns a substantial boost. So the question is, what would it cost? Probably not much. You look at the dollar figure, this is from Jack Duffin, also from the Orange and Brown Report, and it's $1.335 million, and there is also a big option next year, where it's, I think, $14 million is what he's due next year. So it's a big contract number next year. But there are always ways around that. What are your thoughts, DeAndre Hopkins? I'm not sure it adds a lot, but this offense needs something.
It does need something. My contention, listen, if they decided to go out and get DeAndre Hopkins, I am not going to complain, right? You can never have enough weapons. He can be a tremendous asset. But I think my thought here, Dave, is that I hear a lot of people saying, this wide receiver room isn't good enough. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think they are good enough. I think if you really step back and examine the kind of games the Browns have played in and the game scripts that they've been in, 3 games with a backup quarterback, 2 weather games, 2 blowouts. They haven't played a season thus far that is very conducive to wide receiver statistics or gaudy wide receiver numbers. Certainly Cooper has done it. But if you look around, you want more out of the rest of these guys, but I don't think it's necessarily their fault. Does that make sense? I think that the talent is there. I think it's, they just haven't been in a lot of situations where they've had to throw it all over the yard, So we'll see what happens. I don't think it's I don't look at wide receiver as a must go get another wide receiver.